We've had people tell us we made them suffer.
Thank you for your time, man. How you doing?
Yeah, great, thanks, man. I was just telling you while we were setting this up, it's been 8 or 9 weeks so far that we've been on the road, so ready to go home, but yeah.
Still a long way.
Yeah, playing the Roundhouse tonight. It's going to be a great show. Should be the show of this European tour with Straight from the Path, so spirits are high.
What's the song you enjoyed the most to sing, play live at the moment?
Probably Doom Switch, just because it's quite an easy song to sing and perform, and it has the best crowd reaction. So I feel like I'm just having a blast every time I play it. You know, I can kind of sit back and just watch the crowd, and they always are super receptive to that song. So yeah, it's great. I've always wanted to play with Bring Me the Horizon. We're going to be doing that in April, so that's really exciting for us. I suppose if we sharing the stage with Deftones or Meshuggah would be massive. You know, I've been listening to those bands forever. Also, just for a more I guess a more niche pick or something, a band that's a bit close to my heart, like playing with Misery Signals would be very cool. Metallica.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, why not exactly? Slayer. No, heaps of classics, absolutely.
Can you describe each member of the band with one word?
One word? Okay. Alex or Reedy, muscles. Nick, Skynet. Jaya, bush, because he lives in the bush. J-Man, boo, that's what I'm gonna say. He gets a boo.
First time listening to metal?
Well, probably I was, I don't know, 10 or 11 years old, and it was, I can never remember this. It was I'm pretty sure it was like Slipknot, or it was either one of Slipknot, Linkin Park, or Limp Bizkit. But I'm pretty sure I enjoyed all those three bands. But I'm pretty sure Limp Bizkit was the first one that I got into in a big way, and then that opened up the whole can of worms for the rest of the genre. And then I think the second album I ever bought was Saint Anger by Metallica, and that was it's not regarded as their best work, but yeah, I still think it's great. It's got a soft spot in my heart for sure. The best compliment we've ever received?
Biggest, best, yeah.
That's a tough one to say. We've had people tell us we made them suffer. So I don't know if that's
perfect.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but hey, I'll take it. I mean, that's
makes sense.
It's in the name, yeah. So, yep.
Favorite non-metal bands?
Non-metal band? So many. Probably, I mean, in terms of bands that I've listened to the most, probably like, I don't know, Radiohead or something. I really like a band called Always. Drug Church are really cool. They're like a hardcore-y kind of band. Yeah, lots of, I like a lot of rock, a lot of 90s rock, I guess you could say. Heaps of like grunge and then like offshoots of those kind of bands, and I feel like there's been a bit of a resurgence over the last couple of years of that sort of music, so I'm all for that movement and those bands that are coming out now and sort of bringing back that 90s sound. But yeah, it's difficult to name just one. So many.
What do you think is the biggest challenge, issue for the music industry, and how do you see it developing?
Biggest challenge for the music industry. I was actually talking about this earlier. I think the biggest challenge facing bands or music artists at the moment for me is probably the cost of things. So the expectation of what an artist is, expected to deliver. Basically, if you look, spending $20,000-$30,000 of budget on music videos for an album release like 15-20 years ago would have been, only the cream of the crop bands would be expected to have to put out that sort of level of content and production value. And I think everyone is just always trying to outdo one another, selling their streams for cheaper on Spotify for, higher playlisting algorithm and things like that. So I think the biggest problem that artists are faced with these days is basically selling each other out and trying to, trample over each other and selling ourselves cheaper and cheaper until, it's just basically becomes almost impossible to make money at even the higher levels and of touring and being an artist generally. So yeah, I think we need to collectively come together and set a standard and say, no, we're not going to give out shirts for free, or we're not going to do this or that, But that's maybe just my personal opinion. Other people might have different views on that.
All right. One thing that you really regret buying?
AirPods. I just think that I don't like them. I just don't like. I don't like the way they sound. I hate having I just was on the ferry today in the duty free and bought some wired headphones and an adapter for my phone just because I don't know. I just prefer the wired thing. Maybe I'm I don't know. It's just easy to lose them. It's another thing to worry about because you have to think about charging them all the time. It's just another thing to charge.
I'm still going with my cable one. So.
Yeah, I prefer the cable. It's one less thing to worry about. I actually find it more convenient to have the cable.
The best thing about Perth?
The beaches, easy, and its proximity to the beautiful landscape, the wine region to the south, and going to Margaret River or even down to Albany. That's all, some very beautiful landscape within a couple hours drive.
Easy answer.
Yeah, very easy.
Something new that you are trying or want to learn?
I want to learn another language, and I don't know what that is yet, but I'm thinking I have the biggest head start in French, so maybe I'll just stick with that.
Cool. Do you have any useless talent?
Some could say, so many useless talents. I don't know. I can do this with one finger. That's pretty useless. I can play Magic the Gathering. I'm pretty good at a bunch of computer games. That's all useless information just stored up here that I'm just keeping. Very good at Donkey Kong in Super Smash Bros. Nintendo 64 version.
Quite a few.
Yeah. I have no shortage of useless talents, I can assure you.
Anything you want to add?
No, listen to Make Them Suffer. 2024 is coming up, and it's going to be a big year. We're going to be touring probably in your country soon. Come to a show, buy a shirt, listen to our album coming out sometime, which I have not specified. And keep supporting.